Now we are in the fifth sem. I'm Ravikiran. I'm taking the subject of traffic engineering. So in the traffic engineering, I'm doing the first unit of traffic planning and the characteristics. So in this unit, it comprises of the introduction, traffic characteristics, skid resistance, and road characteristics, road user characteristics, land user characteristics, traffic problems in India, integration transportation or traffic planning. Both are same. So integrated transportation, so that is what the different type of the transportation which has been integrated, and another is the traffic planning. So what are in the traffic planning only, what are the different transportation which is integrated, so it is also called traffic planning. So it is called as either integrated transportation or traffic planning. So another is next is the fundamentals of traffic flow. So after studying the fundamentals of the traffic flow, next is the fundamentals of the diagram, which is the different diagrams of the different traffic flow. So these are the different things which has been studied in the first unit. So next we'll see about the what is the traffic studies. So in the traffic studies, so it includes the study of the regulations of the traffic. So regulation of the traffic means what are the rules which is being laid by the government, and it is also followed by the people under the governance of the state government and the National Highway Authority of the India. So that is what the regulations of the traffic. Next is the traffic flow of the traffic at the junctions, parking areas, and the various traffic surveys, and what are the different engineering factors which is affecting the traffic operations and improvement of the traffic facilities in the existing places. So it is called as the traffic studies. So in this you can see here, these are the traffic studies. So here traffic studies, it is the study of the regulations of the traffic, the flow of the traffic in the junction and the parking areas, and the various factors which affecting the traffic operations. Here what are the different factors which is affecting the traffic operations. So that involves the different types of the vehicles and the type of the roads, either wet pavement or either wet pavement or rigid pavement or flexible pavement. So and different types of the traffic, whether it is a mixed traffic or the single way traffic. So these are the governing factors for the engineering governing factors for the traffic studies. Next is the traffic study. So traffic study is the another it is the detailed examination. One is the traffic studies, just only the factors, the apart from the physical and the climatic factors. Apart from that, there is a other analysis. It has to be examined, or it has been analysis for the transport operations. So such operations are the detailed examinations or the analysis of the transportation systems by the data collections. So what are the different types of the data which has been collected for the traffic studies? So in this process, the process of the identification and the definition of the transportation problem, and followed by the data collection and analysis. So it is the typically the whatever the performance is typically performance to the explore the specific aspects and the questions about the transportation systems, and the whatever the study which is results are usually it is been summarized and it is been analyzed. So first let me see about the purpose of the traffic studies. Usually in the purpose of the traffic studies, it has been necessary to quantify the extent of the transportation problem, and another is the to provide the analysis of the proposed transportation solutions. So these are the two major things for the traffic studies. And it is also provides the some of the supervisions and the qualified and quantified experienced transportation professional which is being used, which has the specific training in the traffic and the transportation engineering and the planning. So in the civil engineering there is a separate branch for the traffic engineering and the transportation engineering and planning. So in the some of the jurisdictions, so in the some of the jurisdictions the require requirement of the traffic studies be signed and sealed by the for the registered professional engineers. The review should be has to be conducted properly for the train transportation engineering or transportation planners in the agencies that are responsible for operating transportation systems and the planning for the implementation of the transportation plan improvement. So in some of the any roads we have to be designed for the designing and analysis. So some of these studies has to be carried out. So in that studies it includes the it should include the why, what is the requirement, what is the purpose of the road, what type of the road. Some in the some cases we have seen in the practically there is a state highway, another is the national highway, another is the village road which we can see in the village. So there are the different types of the roads which is been available. So where should be provided the state road, where should be provided the national roads, where should be provided the village road. So where the ring road should be, outer ring road should be provided, where the cities are there, where the ring road should be provided, at what radius should be provided. All the aspects are very important for the purpose of the traffic studies. So there are the some of the conditions for the conducting for this traffic studies. So those are the one is the new development which has been proposed. So it will be generated substantially for the new traffic. So if there is any new area layout, anything which has been proposed for that, so what are the studies which is, what are the things which is being required, what is the parking area, what is the lane length, uh, so width of the, consider this is the road means, so what should be the length of the road, width of the road, what type of the road should be provided. One is two types of the road which is been available. One is the rigid pavement, that is the cement road which will be constructed for the road, that is what the rigid pavement. Another is the flexible pavement. Flexible pavement is the bituminous road, or we can usually in our words in a local language we call it as tambar road, so tar road. So that is called as flexible road. So these are the base for the decision to take decide for the width, the length and the depth of the road. So these traffic studies are very important. So usually the village road, state highway, national highway, different types of the road, different thickness, different width will be there. So in order to decide, so these traffic study are very important. So apart from that, the what are the final assessment. So financial assessment should be made. So what is the amount, initial amount which is being required for the testing, and for the construction what is the amount which can be predicted earlier for before the construction. So based on the for the access for assessing all this, the traffic studies are very important. Next is the, so whether these road, whether it can be connected to the major roads, or whether it can be connected to the minor roads, or whether this road can be improved in the future, or any construction proposed can be, layouts can be done or not, that can be also be assessed by this traffic studies. So next is the, when if there is any existing whatever there is an existing problem is there, to predict or to know the existing problems, so it is been very evident. Apart from that, the such as the high crushed locations or any location with the complex road geometry, whether it is been uh, which is been available for the next few distance before the construction, or any problematic or any important sites locations like geological survey where there is a tunnels or rivers or any lakes or any monumental sites or religious places like temples, church or masjid, any such places are there. In order to skip such places, these traffic studies are very important. So either there is a two chances. One is to shift the monumental materials, or either we have to divert the planned road. So in order to know the future problematics, so these traffic studies are very important. So when there is a development is being proposed for the service area, these traffic studies which is been done for surveying of the any area, it is been used for the future planning and for the current planning also. Mm. Next is the various what are the different type of the various survey which has been carried out for the different traffic studies. So there are the different surveys, so that can be seen. uh, mm. So there are the different various type of the surveys are there. One is the origin and the destination survey, another is the volume counts, speed of the vehicle, and the travel time. So there are the different path, different roads are there. So for the different roads, the speed may be vary. One road may travel at a speed of an average speed of the 80 km per hour. So some roads you can average speed will be 60 km. So different speed, different travel time, delay study. This is the another type of the survey, important survey for the for the deciding factor for the either it can be go for the state highway or the national highway. This is another one important factor. Next is the accidental studies. So accidental studies at current situation at the and the previous data for the previous 12 years it can be taken, or previous 25 years it can be taken. So previously for about these years or this period of the time, the what is the number of the accident which is being carried out at the various point, it will be collected, and what are the precautionary steps which can be carried out, or whether any alternate mm, roadmap are available to avoid such accidents. So that can be done by the surveying of the traffic studies. So that is the accidental studies. Next is the parking studies. So parking studies are the in the various type of the road, where the outskirt of the roads, whether the parking can be made available or not. So if it is available, if parking has to be done, so what is the width of the parking can be done. So in that width, what type of the vehicles can be parked. So all this has to be decided by the assessing the traffic studies. So that is the traffic studies. Next is the traffic capacity studies. So what is this traffic capacity studies? Traffic capacity studies is nothing but the what is the amount of the traffic which can be carried out. So considered if a road carries 5000 number of the vehicle which has been passed over a period of the over a 1 hour time, over a point is called as 5000 passenger unit. Okay, so consider this is the road. So in this road, in this point, so there are the different vehicles are there traveling at a different points of the road. So these are the different vehicle. So these are the vehicle A, vehicle B, vehicle C. Like this, there are the different types of the vehicles are there, so which has been traveling at a different points. So like this, number of the vehicles, consider this is the crossing point. So crossed 5000 number of the vehicles which has been crossed over this point of the traffic is known as 5000 car passenger unit, okay, cpu. Okay, so that has been to calculate this unit. So there is a separate formula which I will explain in the third module. Now currently you try to know this. So there are the traffic capacity is the number of the vehicle which is been passed through over a point. So consider this is the point. So in this point, oh, now how many number of the vehicle which is been passed or passed through this point. So that is the traffic capacity studies. Okay, so usually traffic capacity is the number of the vehicle which has been passed through per hour, which has been called as traffic capacity. That is what the usual definition. Next is the economical studies. So economical studies is the study which is being carried out by the traffic studies. In the economical studies, the what are the number of alternate ways are there to carry out the survey, and to find out the what are the best economical way or a best economic cost, or the lowest cost for the construction of the different alternate type of the road with the least number of the problems. So that is what the economical studies which has been carried out in the traffic studies. So these are the different type of the studies. So so in this, origin and the destination survey, volume counts, speed, travel, accidental studies, parking studies, traffic capacity studies, and economical studies. So in this, all these factor, the most important factor for the deciding the different types of the roads for either the service road or the national highway or state highway, one is the speed, travel time, and the delay studies. Another is the traffic capacity studies. So these are the two important factors for the deciding the type of the roads for the particular location. So next we'll go for the design vehicle. So design vehicle is nothing but the standard vehicle which is been represent for the design standards, that is called as design vehicle. In a standard definition, it is a vehicle that been represent the design standards is called as design vehicle. Next is the design vehicle is a factor which serve as the guiding principle in the geometric design of the highway. It is desirable to provide carriage width of the 3.75. So whatever the considered, this is the road. So in between the pink color whatever I am showing here, that is the divider. So this is the divider. So this width usually 3.5 meter will be there. Okay, so this will be the another 3.5 meter. Okay, so to design the vehicle for a width of 3.75 meter for a road having the single lane, for a vehicle having the maximum width of 2.44 meter. So in this case, the pavement having two or more lane, width of the 3.5 per lane is sufficient. So that is known as design vehicle. So this is just for knowledge sake. So they in examination they will not ask define design vehicle, just it is only for the knowledge purpose, because when I'm solving the problem, so they will give the problem on the design vehicles. So that's why I added in the syllabus. Next is the significance of the traffic engineering. So significance is nothing but importance. In the question paper they may ask explain about the importance of the traffic engineering. So that they may ask in that way, or they will ask explain the significance of the traffic engineering. Either way they will ask it. So take a note on this. So in this, the traffic engineering is the important highway engineering of the following functions. The first function is the collection and the analysis of the data. Second function is the interpretation of the data of the traffic, and another is the traffic planning and the traffic design. So these are the significance of the traffic engineering. So apart from that, there is another two important significance are one is the operative measures of the traffic, and another is the organizing and administration. So operative and organizing administration, so these two factors, which is the governing factor for the controlling the number of accidents in the road. So that's why the operative measures of the traffic and organizing and administration that being controlled by the traffic controller. There is a specific person will be there, the traffic controller. He will control the operations mode or organizing the and administration of the traffic. So next we will go about the we'll study about the what is the traffic engineering objective. So there are the many objectives are there. So in this many objectives, so we'll only concentrate about few objectives, very important objectives of the traffic engineering. So first, in traffic engineering we will concentrate, one is the road safety and achieve the that smooth traffic movement of the vehicle. That is the first most objective. Second is the in order to reduce the number of the accidents in the road. So that is the second most objective of the traffic engineering. Third one is to increase the number of capacity. Now what is the number of the vehicles are there, you have to increase the number of the vehicles in the roads. So fourth one, so if there is any movement in the any vehicle movement in the road, there should not any delay in the movement of the vehicle. So that will reduce the speed of the vehicle and also increases the traveling time. So that's why there should not be any delay in the road transportation. That is called as delay in road transportation. Next is in order to another one important objective is they should have very convenient. So if when there is a vehicle movement in the road, it should be very convenient. So in order to go to the any medical emergency, and they should have the any restaurant should be available very nearer to it. And if there is a economical transportation, and in the movement of the vehicle in the road, it should be very economical, means the cost per traveling should be very less, it should not be very high. So consider if you travel in the air transportation, it's very costly. If you travel in the public vehicle like buses or train, the cost of transportation is very less. So like this, the convenient, there is a rapid convenience should be there for the transportation, and economically transportation should be very less. So all those opportunities should be there, means air transportation should also be there, shipment transportation should also be there, and road transportation should also be there. So this economical transportation should be made available for the different types of the path. So that is what the another objective. Next is there is a whatever the problems, so there is a congestion, there is a traffic movement or the traffic problems, whatever the problems will be there, that has to be removed. So these are the objectives of the traffic engineering. So if there is any accidents, emergency cases are there, so in that time there should be a proper facility should be there to carry out the person from the accidental spot to the accidental spot to the hospitals. So such facility should be made available before the planning of the traffic studies. So that's why the traffic studies are important. Another is another important objective of the assessing the traffic engineering. Next we will go for the divisions of the traffic engineering. So there are the different types of the different divisions of the traffic engineering are there. So that may be divided into following divisions. The first division is the traffic characteristics, and another is the traffic studies and traffic analysis. So next is the traffic operations. traffic operation is nothing but the regulations which is being made by the government and traffic controller, and another is the controlling tools like there may be a whatever the rules are being laid that has been followed or been regulated by the regulating authorities like state highway authorities or national highway authorities. One is regulations which is being made by the government, that is the state government or central government. So in India, that all the regulations which is all been made laid by the central government, by the National Highway Authority of India. But in the case of the state government, the regulations or the fines or the lane road transportation charges which is being laid by the state government as well as the central government. The levy charges has been fixed by the National Highway Authority of India, and it is being regulated by the state government. So that is what the traffic operation. So it is being called as the control on regulatories. So next is the traffic planning and analysis. So traffic planning and analysis is the whatever the traffic studies which is being made. By collecting all those data, it has been assessed, and based on that assessment, the planning has to be done. So where the road has to be constructed, which is the best path. There are the different types of the path which is been detected. So in that, so which is the cheapest way for the construction of the road, and which is the less path to reach from the origin to the destination path. So in order to reach with the lowest number of the problem, based on that assessment, so traffic planning and analysis will be carried out. So that's what the another component. Next is the geometric design. So geometric design, so there are the different types of the design which has been used. There is a rigid type of the pavement or flexible pavements. So where the circle should be made, so what should be the width of the road, where the divider should be provided, whether divider has to be provided or not, whether the road should be 2 lane or 4 lane or 6 lane, or any expressway can be provided or not, whether that road is connected to the outer ring roads of the cities, or whether in the future the road can be extended or not. So all those will be planned in the geometric design. Next is the administrative and the management. So in the administrative and the management, it completely depends upon the various type of the governments. Either it may be a central government, or it may be a state governments, or sometime so it may be given to the taluk panchayati or panchayatis. So sometimes the whatever the fees that or levy charges, whatever it is there, that can be collected by the toll fees by the which has been controlled by the central government. In some toll which is being controlled by the state government, so charges will be decided, and the transportation charges, everything will be decided and controlled and administrated and managed by the state government. So that's about the administrative and management. So these are the 6 components or the divisions of the traffic engineering.